Don't make this about me. Make this about you. It is about you. Hannah, thank you very much, because Hannah went over, and I hope you don't mind me telling your story, but it's too daggone late now. So, because when you tell me a story, your story might be heard up here. And I tell people I might have pictures. They say, oh my God, don't have a pic. That'll be the first thing I'm going to do is can bring the pictures out. You know, because then when you're in fear, you're going to have to confront it no matter. She said, you know what they said to me? It's all about me. And I said, oh my God, Hannah, it is. It's all about us, isn't it? Mm-hmm. When we really do know the truth, it's all about us. But now the all about us is not anything connected to codependency. You all, that's the worst disease that's on this planet. Codependency. Because when you think you're better than somebody else and you're going to make, we'll save you, honey. You're right with us. Let us save you. That's not my job to save you. My job is to model what that feels like to be saved, to feel peace. And I'm at peace. I'll be 60 next month or next year. Don't put it too soon. And 60 was a big hit for me because I finally looked in the mirror and said, holy, what happened? You know, there's more wrinkles there than I ever thought. And I really thought I was much smaller until I started putting on my clothes again. And it was like, those are tight. Well, they're tight because I forgot who I was. Because it doesn't matter about the body. The body is your information center. It's the one that's going to tell you everything that you've been holding on to. It is your course, your key to get you where you need to be. I think I did a whole workshop here. You're the key to your castle. You're the key to your kingdom. You are the key. But when we all come in with the same key and we unlock the same door, what kind of party is that going to be? We have an opportunity to flay yourself open and really look at the truth. Who you lying to? You know, you can lie to everybody around you, but who you really lying to? You're lying to yourself, because inside there is a voice that says, ping, ping, and you're trying to always put the ping out, because you know what that ping means. If I listen to the ping, it means I'm going to have to look at the truth. I'm a lizard, and I was a lizard, and a big lizard. I was in business, finance. I knew how to do that. I could rip you right up and then spit you up and throw you out. And I was a great business lady. I was also a headhunter. I was headhunting everything because I knew I was good at what I did. I was good at the world of man, but I'm even better at the world of God because I have compassion for me first. I love me enough that I can get up here and tell you the truth. And the truth is, we have an opportunity. Now, if you want to sit and argue with me about that opportunity, I'm not interested. If you want to tell me what you think, that's great. That's your thought, not mine. Don't listen to a word I'm saying. Don't hear a word I'm saying. Don't listen to a word I'm saying. Find it out inside of you. I'm not a guru. I'm not Jesus. I'm just somebody that understands what Jesus has done because I spent 1.5 years with Jesus. Yes, I did. What an empowering moment. And now that I look, it's richer, you all. It's rich. What happened to me was rich, and I'd do it over and over and over again. Losing everything, whatever that was, I would do it over 1,000 times because it's given me more than I've ever received in a lifetime here. I'm telling you from my experience because it is an experience. Now, your experience might not match my experience, but I'm going to tell you something. When you get into the experience, there's nothing like it. It's better than any drug, any addiction, anything, any codependency, because you don't have to worry about anything. I can sit on the corner of my couch because I sat right on the corner of my couch for the first 4 years before I ever started this business called Revisions and said, God, lead me where you need me to be. Well, you would be amazed. I'd end up in some of the worst places in Lexington, Kentucky. 4th and 3rd Street. Terrified. This is not my field. This is not where I be. But it said go there. Go to Big Lots. That was always the best one. Go to Big Lots. I'm thinking, okay, now what am I going to do in Big Lots? I'd walk through, aisles. Go to Big Lots. So, okay, here it is. Come on, I'm at Big Lots. Nothing. Okay, you got me here. Nothing. And then all of a sudden, oh, my wrist hurts. Ding dong. Because I'm a healer. So I walked right up, and there it was. I was going to have to spend some money, and I was not into spending money for me, so I bought some chewing gum. That's how much I was in lack. And she said, I can't go on vacation And I said, let me help you. And I removed that, pulled it out, and popped back. And she went, oh my God, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I said, pass it forward. And as I'm going to my car, they're following me. And I'm going, pass it forward, pass it forward, pass it forward. Because it scared me how empowering that was. Because I can't imagine what it had to be for Jesus. What did he say? Don't tell anybody. What's the first thing they did? A man that's came out here and this man is out here. Next thing you know, he's crucified. So that's what I'm saying. I was in fear just like you. For me to stand up here and tell it, 2 years ago, I was even in a lot more fear, and I'm stronger because I'm not afraid. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. We created the fear. We created the boundaries. We created everything. We did. And the minute it's off the list and you're just opening up your mind to all possibilities, then you become a creator of love, no longer fear. So if we can just, each one of us, today, just start listening to ourselves when we get into that fear and stop it right there and turn around and say, hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm glad to see you again. And I'm not leaving until you tell me everything. And that's exactly, it will talk. But it's not going to talk until you're willing to listen. Or it'll run your rear end all over this town and make sure you will finally get so tired you won't be able to do anything but fall on the floor and have a disease. We have an opportunity. Look at everyone in here. Doesn't take that many. But it's got to be pure of heart. Now, when I say pure heart, oh, there you go. Now she's judging us. We already went down. Not pure of heart. Pure heart is exactly what Jeremy is saying. Go in. Go in and fillet yourself open and fall into your heart and feel for the first time. Really feel who you are. Really stand up. Your best friend is the soul you're carrying around. If you will stand up for it, it will stand up for you. And I know that because I sold my soul. I sold my soul for a man. Sold my soul for, a job. Sold my soul for a lot of things. And I remember the day my soul, and I know exactly what that day, and some of you have heard this story. I was watching the TV, and these two men drug a homosexual man in Texas by the truck. They hooked him up and drug him, and all I could think of is, oh my God, how could they do that? Oh, it was judgment, judgment, judgment. And my soul literally came out of me looking exactly the way that man would have looked that was drugged. It said, you've done that to me. You sold me. Every time you said somebody was more important than me, I just would go and hang myself behind your van and let you drag me. I thought, there's no way I didn't do that to you. There's no way I did it. Oh, yes, it is. Every time you don't stand in your truth, every time you don't stand up for the light within you, you might as well go drag yourself behind your van or your car or your big car, whatever you got. Or just go lay out in the highway and let them run over you, because that's exactly what you're doing. I need souls who are willing to stand in their truth. Not my truth. Not my truth. Your truth. Who stand, and I'll stand right beside you because I'm willing to stand in my truth. I'm willing to stand there with you because I love me enough to stand there. One time I was telling Karen and Mandy when they were driving me, I never thought I'd get to see this. I thought I would never see the revelation of the new awakening of the soul. I never thought I'd see it. I thought I'd get to plant my seeds, I'll die, and then one day somebody said, that Virginia Drake was talking about this. And in heaven I've been going, that was so ego of me, wasn't it? And I was an ego. I still am. But it's more imbalanced than it's ever been in its lifetime because I'm willing to really show you all of that in me and more. Because the more you can walk into a room and you feel safe, within yourself, you create your foundation. It doesn't take a place. Sacred grounds is a place that you walk in. But these people are walking in because we feel safe here. And therefore it makes them feel safe when they come in. So we're creating true foundation of love. Now, this community is going to change because we're changing our perspective. We're changing our minds. We're looking at things from a different perspective. And I can tell you right now, everything's going to change. And you get ready for the chaos. Because chaos has to be righted. Because we've created the chaos. So once chaos starts, I get excited when things start people getting mad and people out there fighting. And I said, man, we're really going to have a battle today. Because chaos is telling you you're doing something well. And you're standing in your truth. So you can't be afraid because it's coming. I don't care what anybody says. You have put a lot of skewing out. It won't come to us. We'll be able to witness it, and you'll be able to say, my God, I was them. You know that as well. And when you're looking at somebody and they're giving you down the road and they've got their finger pointing and they're yelling at you, and I have people said, I am a blasphemer of hell, I am a Satan, I am a demon, I should be crucified. And I'm sitting there like this, tears running down my eyes, because I know how badly I felt about myself, and I know how bad they feel about themselves. They didn't get the reaction. You stop that crying. You stop that crying. I got her. I made her cry. Didn't make me cry. I cried for myself. I cried for the compassion of that individual. Because I could have bitch slapped them. They were very lucky that I didn't, because there's a beast that lies in me that you all have no idea that lives in me that could... Now that's what I'm telling you you're going to have to tame. And I just saw the movie, Train Your Dragon. Oh, you all, my dragon was awful. I even wonder how some people even got through without me destroying them. And when I got a half-year contract at my school from Sister Carol Marie, I felt the hands of Jesus standing right here, and he kept saying, be quiet, be still. And I'm killing her. I'm killing that nun. I'm going to rip her to shreds. And be quiet, be still. And this beast back here said, that bitch, and I'm, be quiet, be still. And that was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do in my life, because she said things to me that tore me apart about who I thought I was as a teacher. And I thought, oh my God, that beast is there, and it's really there. And it was always there. But when I finally brought it up to the forefront and said, be still, baby, be still. And I started petting my inner self. Love this woman. Because she was mad, and I'll tell you exactly why she was mad. She was an alcoholic, and she was a lesbian, and she was acting like a nun, and I knew it. And when you know these things, see, I have always been of knowingness. I got in more trouble when I was young because I knew stuff. You all, I was psychic from the day I was born. I couldn't help it. It was a gift that was given to me. And I was a little girl that was, that was an only child that died, basically was born in 1951, 1 pound and 7 ounces, and I was an AB negative baby. I should never lived. Drowned twice and then had a heart attack. So I'm pretty, I'm going to say, I'm pretty special. Hell yeah, I'm still alive. But I'm alive because I had to look at my truth. The girl that you would have known 20 years ago, you all would not have ever appreciated here. Believe me, it wouldn't have happened. You would have hated me. I was judgmental, and I wouldn't have walked through that door because it was not, of quality. Just not my thing. That's not true. I would have judged it. You need to really look at yourselves. And you need to really get quiet and still. And you need to have a relationship with the God within you. Because that's the only one that's going to get us through this. And this is the opportunity of a lifetime. When you finally get pushed up to the wall, and how many of we have, something has to give. And what's giving now is spirit. You've got all the books. You've had all the education. You've had all the experience. Now it's time to practice. Practice who you are. When you're standing in the line at, the Publix,